Dear students, welcome back to the next session of Physics Chapter 8, that is motion. In last lecture, we studied what is motion, what is rest. Motion and rest are relative. In order to describe the motion, it is necessary to specify the reference point. And then we moved to important quantity, which is very much necessary in order to describe the motion, that is distance. Then we studied displacement. And then we came to know what is the difference between distance and displacement. And now we are moving to very important part of physics, that is numericals. Now we'll solve the numericals which are related to this distance and displacement. You will find it very interesting to solve the numericals. So let us start with the numericals. First question, circumference of a circular path is 314 meter. AB is its diameter. A cyclist starting his motion from A reaches to B along a circular path. Calculate the distance travelled by him and also his displacement. Take pi is equal to 3.14. So students, first of all, what is given here? The circumference of a circular path. What is circumference? It is the length of a circular path. So here you can see that a circular path is shown in the figure and its length is 314 meter and AB is the diameter of this circular path. Now, a cyclist is starting his motion from A and reaches to B along a circular path. You can see the direction given in the diagram. He is moving in that circular path from A to B. That is, you can see that he is moving from north to south. We are asked to find the distance travelled by him and his displacement. So, let us find it. Length or the circumference of the circular path is 314 meter and it is given in the question that a cyclist is starting from A and reaches to B. So he is covering half of the circular path. So the distance travelled by him will be half of the circumference of the circle, that is half into 314, that is 157 meter. But if he directly goes from A to B, the shortest path will be the diameter of the circle. You can clearly see in the diagram that shortest distance from A to B is the diameter. So the displacement of the cyclist is the diameter AB. So we'll find the diameter, and for this we need to find the radius of the circle. And the thing which is given to us is circumference of the circle, that is 314. The formula for circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. So 2 pi r is equal to 314. So r is equal to 314 upon 2 into pi. Pi is 3.14. So r is equal to 314 divided by 2 into 3.14, that is equal to 50 meter, which is the radius of the circle. And we know that diameter is 2 times the radius. So AB is equal to 2r, that is equal to 2 into 50, that is 100 meter. So the displacement of the cyclist is 100 meter from north to south. We know that displacement is a vector quantity, so we need to specify the direction. So his displacement is 100 meter from north to south. So students, this is how the numericals are solved in physics. I hope you have found it interesting. Let us move to the next numerical. A person walks 50 meter in north direction. From there, he walks 30 meter in west direction. Now he or she walks 50 meter distance in south direction. Find the distance travelled by the person and the displacement. So here we need to draw the diagram. You know the directions east, west, north and south, right? So first of all, consider that person is at O, that is the initial position of the person. Now he is moving 50 meter in north direction. So you can see that point A is there towards the north and distance between O and A is marked as 50 meter. Now from there he walks 30 meter towards the west. So the line is drawn from A towards B in west and it is marked as 30 meter from A to B. Now he walks 50 meter in south direction. So you can see that BC represents that line and which is marked as 50 meter distance between B to C. Now let us calculate the distance travelled by him and the displacement. So students, what is distance? It is the total length of the path covered during the motion. So here a person is covering the distance from O to A to B and B to C. So the total distance traveled by the person is OA plus AB plus BC, that is 50 plus 30 plus 50, that is equal to 130 meter. Now, the initial point of the person was O, and finally where he is reaching? He is reaching to point C, that is his final position. So, the distance between initial and final position is the displacement. We are already knowing. That is, displacement is equal to final position minus initial position, that is point C, position of point C minus position of point A, that is equal to 30 meter. Have you got 30 meter? You can see that OC is equal to AB. In the diagram it is very much clear. And what is the distance between A and B? 30 meter. So distance between O and C is also 30 meter. Here person is going from O to C. So the direction of displacement of the person is from O to C, that is towards the west. So the displacement of the person is 30 meter towards the west. Next question, this is the question from your textbook. An athlete completes one round of a circular track of diameter 200 meter in 40 seconds. What will be the distance covered and the displacement at the end of 2 minutes and 20 seconds? So first of all, diameter is given to us, that is distance between points A and B, that is the diameter of the circular path, which is 200 meter, and we know that radius of the circle is half of the diameter. So radius R is equal to diameter D by 2, that is 200 by 2, that is equal to 100 meter. Now here we are asked to find the distance and displacement at the end of 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So first of all, we will convert these 2 minutes and 20 seconds in terms of second. Why? Because the time for one round is given to us in terms of second, that is 40 seconds. So let us convert this 2 minute and 20 second in terms of second. Now we know that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So 2 minutes will be 2 into 60, that is 120, and 2 minutes and 20 second will be 120 plus 20, that is equal to 140 seconds. Now time for one round is 40 seconds. So number of rounds in 140 second will be 140 divided by 40, that is equal to 3.5 rounds. So at the end of 2 minutes and 20 seconds, the athlete will complete 3.5 rounds. Now if an athlete is starting from point A and coming back to point A, he is completing one round, and the length of the path covered by him during one round will be circumference of the circle, that is equal to 2 pi r. Now here he is completing 3.5 rounds. So total distance travelled by him will be equal to circumference into 3.5, that is 2 pi r into 3.5, that is equal to 2 into 22 by 7 into r is 100 into 3.5, that is 2200 meter. Now for displacement, if an athlete is starting from point A and again coming back to point A by moving along a circular path, he is completing one round. So at the end of 3 rounds, he will reach to point A, and here he is completing 3.5 rounds. So at the end of 3.5 rounds, he will reach to point B. So his displacement is, he has started from point A and reaching to point B. So initial position is A and final position is B. So distance between A and B is the diameter of the circle, and it is equal to 200 meter. So his displacement is 200 meter from A to B. Let us see next question of your textbook. A farmer moves along the boundary of a square field of side 10 meter in 40 seconds. What will be the magnitude of the displacement of the farmer at the end of 2 minutes 20 seconds from his initial position? So here we need to find the displacement. Let us try to understand it with diagram. Here the square field is represented by square ABCD. The farmer moves along the boundary of a square field of side 10 meter in 40 seconds. So the length of the square field is 10 meter. So if he moves the boundary of the square field, he will cover how many meter distance? 40 meter, because the square is having 4 sides. So total distance travelled by him is perimeter of a square, which is equal to 4 into 10 meter, that is 40 meter. Now we need to find displacement in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So first of all, what we have to do? We did it in last sum. We have to convert 2 minute 20 second into seconds. So 2 minutes 20 second will be 2 into 60 plus 20, that is 140 second. Now, total time taken in one round of a square is 40 second. So, how many rounds he will take in 140 second? That is 140 divided by 40, that is equal to 3.5 rounds. So, the farmer will complete 3.5 rounds, that is 3.5 round in 2 minutes 20 seconds. So, if he is starting from A, after 3.5 rounds, he will reach to point C. So, his displacement is from A to C. So, we need to find AC. We know that all the angles of a square is right angle, so we'll consider the triangle ADC, which is right angle. Now in triangle ADC, applying Pythagoras theorem, we get AC square is equal to AD square plus CD square. All these sides of square are same, so AC square is equal to 10 square plus 10 square, that is 100 plus 100, that is equal to 200, which can be written as 10 root 2 meter. So AC, the displacement of the farmer after 3.5 rounds is 10 root 2 meter. Our next topic is uniform and non-uniform motion. A body has uniform motion if it travels equal distance in equal interval of time, no matter how small this time intervals may be, but if it is traveling equal distance in equal interval of time, the motion is uniform motion. And if a body has non-uniform motion, it travels unequal distance in equal intervals of time. Let us see with the help of example. Here in the first figure, you can see that in every 5 minutes 10 kilometer distance is covered. So the motion is uniform motion because equal distance is covered in equal interval of time. Another example is motion of clock, motion of earth around sun. All these are the examples of uniform motion. Now see in the next diagram. Here in 10 minutes the distance covered is 25 kilometer, and in another 10 minutes the distance covered is 5 kilometers. So here equal distance is not covered in same interval of time, so the motion is non-uniform motion. Another example of non-uniform motion is vehicle moving in the crowd and motion of bouncing ball. You can be asked to give the difference between uniform and non-uniform motion. You can give 2 points. First point is the definition and the second point is the example. So students, we end our lecture over here. We saw different examples related to distance and displacement. I hope they are clear to you, and practice them as many times as you can so that you get thorough with them properly. And along with this, we studied uniform and non-uniform motion. We'll continue the next topics in the next lecture.